praise and adoration to him as always. And I will, of course, should I say, unfailingly pray in the language of heaven. Some may misunderstand, some of them may try to misconstrue, but one thing is certain right now, in the presence of the Almighty God, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai in heaven, the angels are singing, worshiping, and praising the Most High with the very oldest language on the face of this very Igbo language. And that's how I'm going to pray. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla ya bụ ọka aka ụbọchị niile ka anyị na-etuga eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tụọ gị ebighị onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe na ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onwe ihe ọbụla ka anyị nwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịghị ma ruo mgbe ebighị, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa nwere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ uwe na-arịọ gị na-asị lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt kocha wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ya ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị ịchụ ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọgbụkwu anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa ngwọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ obi mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwanya bụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasịsi wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụrụ ikonye ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọgba n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na egbe gị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana nwere onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara onye gị ka a na-ajọ gị. Ise ise ise. Having handed over our proceedings to heaven, we must therefore proceed unfailingly and very speedily to preach this very gospel that we have been mandated to preach.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from any part of the world, Africa, Asia, Europe, America, or Australia, whichever part of the world you are joining me from, I thank you very much for your contribution. Please, each time you watch my video, go to the comment section and put down your comment. Say it the way you feel it. Express yourself in the comment section. You can equally criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that we can learn from each other. Thank you so much for coming. For those who have not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that we notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. We are back again. Speaking of the plight of the people in the contraption called Nigeria, the indigenous people of Nigeria, those are the people I'm talking about. When I talk about the indigenous people of Nigeria, you should know that indigenous tribes in Nigeria are many. There are so many tribes that are indigenous in Nigeria, regardless their ethnic group, regardless their tribe, regardless their religion. But the only tribe that is not indigenous to Nigeria, that is causing the whole problem that we are seeing in Nigeria, is the Fulani Janjaweeds. That is the truth. We have to always establish that truth for you to know the common enemy of the people. That is just the truth, the obvious truth. And for those who have not yet joined the prayer that we are praying, I have to remind you once again, it is not yet late to join. Join the prayer that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have directed us to pray. We started the prayer with him to prepare for what is about to come. Today, that evil days is here. And we have to continue to pray. We have to continue to pray along with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until he comes out and join us so that we can continue to walk into Biafra with him. As I was saying, remember, the common enemy that we have in the contraption called Nigeria is the Fulani Janjaweeds. They are the people who have said that others will not leave. We are telling them to leave so that we can live, but they reject it. We try as much as possible to try to accommodate them, but they said no. They have decided to overtake the Hausas. The Hausas have no name. As I'm speaking to you, the Hausas have no name. They have no representation anymore. We are always talking about Fulanis, 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 and they have taken over everywhere. There is nothing you can do to change that. That is the fact. Even as much as the media try to play it down, the media try to change the narrative and tell us, give us false information about what is going on. We know what is going on and we have to continue to speak. That is where we are coming on social media on daily basis to air our own opinion. Don't allow them to hijack the topic. We cannot allow them to hijack the opinion. We can't allow them to change the topic. We will not allow them. We will say it exactly the way it is and let the world continue to hear our voice. It doesn't matter if they come to our aid or not. We are going to fight out our freedom. Every indigenous tribe in Nigeria will fight out their freedom and receive their freedom. Already, the Biafrans have taken the lead. The Biafrans have taken the lead, fighting for freedom, trying to liberate themselves from that very captivity that the British have put them into. And very soon, we're going to be out of it. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. Already, they are doing a lot by pushing down so many propaganda, so many lies against the Biafrans, so many lies against the ESN, so many lies against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But we will not allow those lies to fly, because a lie remains a lie. If you do not debunk the lie, they will now become the truth. That is why I get angry when I see our brothers who are on social media talking about irrelevant things. People who are on social media talking about things that are not relevant, instead of speaking about things that matters, which is our freedom. Speak about the doom that is coming. Speak about the evil that is happening in the land. That is what we're supposed to be doing. Do not try to demonize those who are doing the work they're supposed to do. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has laid a foundation that we are following. The foundation that he laid is that we have to unite everybody from the southern part of Nigeria and make sure that we are one to fight away the common enemy, which is Janjaweed. That is our target. Our target is to make sure that we fight away the common enemy that is Janjaweed, who have come to kill the innocent people. The terrorists who are in our bushes, who are in our farms, who are in our various homes. There is no way you can run away from them except when you wake up and begin to speak up and fight your way out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has laid a foundation. He went further to establish ESN for you and I. That ESN is what we have to focus on, to sponsor them and support them the best way we can. We cannot afford to go back now. We cannot afford to relax now. We cannot afford to think of irrelevant things. Avoid distraction of any kind, distraction of any sort. Concentrate on what matters, which is the freedom of the people. Speaking about what is happening in that very contraption, all their evil plans, try to bring it to the front border so that people will know the truth. That's what we should be doing. We don't have to be talking about irrelevant things, trying to demonize our own brothers who are talking on our own behalf. Anybody who is not against us is for us. Anybody who is having a platform, speaking on the plight of the people, you have to support him. The most important thing is the freedom of the indigenous tribe in that country called Nigeria, more especially the Biafrans. That is where we are online speaking. This very program we have on high, it is not a program of gossip. You don't have to gossip. We are fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Actualization of Biafra and fighting for freedom of Biafra is not listening to gossip. Don't listen to gossip. Don't listen to irrelevant things. This is not the time. You see people wasting their valuable time talking about things that are not irrelevant. Talking about things that are irrelevant. They are either demonizing one of their brother or demonizing one of their member or demonizing somebody who is doing a legitimate work. Why should you be fighting against somebody who is not fighting, who is doing something that is right? The only mission we have here is to expose every plan that the Janjaweed have against us. That is the only mission we have online. Our mission online is not to argue, it's not to debate, it's not to talk against each other, it's not to fight against each other. It's not even to bother about those who claim to be the saboteur or not. We don't care about them. The spirit of Biafra have taken charge of those who are saboteurs, and he is dealing with them. The spirit of Biafra is dealing with them. If you cannot see it, that means you don't have eyes. If you cannot see it, that means you don't have eyes. They have already been exposed and we know them. The only thing we have to do is to concentrate on the fight. The major enemy, which is the Janjaweed, continue to speak about them every now and again. Expose them as much as you can. That is what we should be doing. Not talking against people. Redouble your effort. If you have not been fighting, redouble your effort. Every organization that you see that is fighting for the breakup of that very country, support it. Whatever platform that is speaking up about the plight of the people in that contraption, support it. You can see the strategy that our brother Dr. Obadiah Melafia has brought forward. Dr. Obadiah Melafia has brought forward an item that is going to support the breakup of that very contraption called Nigeria. He has brought out a strategy that will make sure it saves people from the death that is coming in Nigeria. He called for 1 week sit at home for all Christians. All Christians. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter where you be. Join the 1 week sit at home with Dr. Obadiah Melafia. Dr. Obadiah Melafia is a professor. He's not just an ordinary person. He is a professor. And he was once an insider in the government of Nigeria. If Dr. Obodo Amelafia will come out and reveal secret that he knows, who are you not to follow the step that he's bringing forward to redeem us? He is not just talking. He's not just ranting. Dr. Obodo Amelafia, if you don't know him, he has in the past revealed things that are about to happen. And if you have forgotten, I am going to play the video of the revelation that Dr. Obodo Amelafia made. The revelation that he brought to the front burner, that even struck the Janjaweed to their heart. Even the DSS invited him after he made this revelation. Some of you have forgotten. When we are talking about the person that called this sit at home, you think it's just an ordinary sit at home or somebody on the street called it. It is somebody who knows very well about what is happening in Nigeria. An insider. Somebody who is a professor. He speaks the truth. He says the way it is from the middle belt. He's not just an ordinary person. Even when the Christians have refused to do the needful, he has come out to speak up and call on all Christians. It doesn't matter where you are, north, east, west, south. Join the 1 week sit at home. And to remind you who he is, let's play again the revelation he made before ever we go to the stage of calling for sit at home. Let's watch.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. How would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. 1 or 2 who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
After watching this revelation of Dr. Obodo Amelafia, you can see he has every right for what he did. He has every right to move forward to call for action. That is what we need now. It is not just only revealing the information. That is the difference between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and every other person that calls him or herself an agitator. Every other person that calls him or herself a freedom fighter. You don't just talk, you don't just make revelation, but you act, put your word into action. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at every given time has put his word into action. That was why he went further to establish ESN to protect the southeastern region. ESN wasn't there to fight against ordinary people. ESN was not established to kill an innocent person. ESN was not established to fight against the police or army, but to fight against the terrorists who are invading our land. The Fulanis who have decided to come into the southeastern part of Nigeria to take our land by force and kill our mothers, rape our women, kill our children. They are the people that the ESN is after. And they have been doing a wonderful work. That is why you have to support them by all means possible. If you have not started supporting, go ahead and support them. Support them with everything you have, with all your strength. In the same vein, you can see Dr. Obodo Amelafia. After making that revelation, he is borrowing leaf from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That same step that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took, he is following that same step, knowing fully well that the sit at home have yielded a great fruit to the members of IPOB, to the Biafrans in general. IPOB members have implemented the sit at home and the Biafrans embrace it, and it has caused a lot of It has yielded a lot of results. And now, Dr. Obadiah Melafia, who made a revelation long ago, has now borrowed leave from IPOB.
What will happen if all Christians in this country stayed at home for a week in protest against atrocities, against the persecution of the church, against social injustice, against nepotism, against all these kidnappings and rapes and violent atrocities? What if we stayed at home for a whole week, fasting and praying, and say we are not moving an inch until this government listens to us, and will bring the whole country to a standstill? That will even be a test as to know who is the true majority. Why can't we do that? What are we waiting for? While that fasting takes place, nobody should touch anything beef. It is because of this cow that they're killing so many people. So for heaven's sakes, for a week, let's not eat their meat. Let's not eat the cow. Let's stay at home in protest, and let's submit our constitutional grievances to the powers that be. That no, we will not cooperate with you until you address and meet our demands. That this constitution is illegal. It is loaded with, jurisprudential innovations that have changed the constitutional compact that existed since 1914 amalgamation, which coupled up Nigeria together as a secular open state, not an Islamic state. We do not, and we will never belong to an Islamic state. You are hell-bent on enforcing an Islamic state. You are hell-bent on using illegal aliens to take over our ancestral homelands, contrary to our constitution, contrary to the social contract that we have entered with. So we are downing our tools for 1 week. Let's do that and see whether Nigeria will survive it or not. Let's do that for a whole week. Let's bring this country to its knees until our demands are met. We don't need to throw even a stone. Just stay at home and fast and pray and say you are not going to work. Close the markets, close everywhere, close the schools, keep our children at home. And see what will happen.
Calling for a sit at home by all Christians. Why won't you join the sit at home? Can you give me a reason why you will not join the sit at home? You see some people talking about how they're going to feed themselves, and some people, they only feed themselves by going out. They cannot be able to feed themselves. How have you been feeding yourself all this while? When the government forced you to sit at home for 3 good months without any help whatsoever, when they talked about their disease, they forced people to sit at home. You remember when they were talking about the illness that is had empowered over the world? I want to call the name because some of the time when you call the name online, they begin to threaten your channel. When they talked about that disease that is rampaging the whole world, they forced the countries to sit at home for 3 good weeks, 3 months. They didn't do anything. People were still surviving. They didn't die. This was a call that was made that doesn't have anything to add for them, even though when the disease is not that much in that very part of the world. Yet, you were forced to sit at home. You didn't die. So, in this very one now, they call a sit at home for 1 week that is going to change your life. A sit at home that is going to speak to the world and tell the world exactly what you are saying. And make the world know that exactly you are part of that very Nigeria. You are telling me that it's too much for you. I wonder what you want. Freedom is not gotten easy. If you think that freedom will be placed in a dining table for you to go and feed on, it doesn't happen in that way. Freedom is gotten out of sweat, out of difficult means. That is how you get your freedom. And if you really want to be free from the captivity that Britain have placed Nigeria into, you must have to abide by this very statute. Every Christian in that part of the world. If you want to show the world that there's a Christian is still living in that very part of the world, this is the time. A lot has been happening against the Christians mainly. Attack has been happening against the Christians mainly. Our Christian brothers in the northern part of the Middle Belt have almost been wiped out. Nobody is speaking up for them. The pastors and GOs are going about their business as if nothing is happening. It happens today, they cry tomorrow, next tomorrow people go about their businesses. This is the time to show your grievances. This is the time to show your disapproval of what is happening in that contemporary called Nigeria. So the sit at home must hold. Join the sit at home. 1 week sit at home, wherever you are. Join the Christians in 1 week sit at home. As soon as it starts, prepare yourself and join it. It's not going to kill you. It will not kill you. Why not suffer that very trial once and for all and get your freedom? Why not suffer that 1 week once and for all and get your freedom? Why not do it? Instead of suffering for the rest of your life, even handing over the suffering to your own children, why not you suffer it now once and for all? 1 good week, sit at home. Every morning must join it. This is compulsory for every Christian. And every well-meaning person in that country called Nigeria. Shut down your business, shut down your school, shut down your offices, stay at home for 1 week. Tell the world what is happening in Nigeria. Pray, fast, and tell the world what is happening in Nigeria. That is the best way to take action. They will not allow you to protest, because when you protest outside, they're going to shoot you. That is for sure. You lose your life. They have banned protests in Nigeria. People cannot protest anymore. The only means and legitimate means you can be able to air your opinion and change things immediately is to sit at home. Let the sit at home commence. Everybody should join. It doesn't matter who you are. If you are a well-meaning person in that country called Nigeria, join the sit at home. It's called civil disobedience. That is the only way you can be able to air your opinion in this very killer government that we have in the country called Nigeria. Every other protest out there, those that are happening across the world, a protest that is going to happen in the US very soon, in this September, join the protest wherever you are in the US. Join the well-meaning Biafrans and Ududua members who are going to protest. 1 million man march. Let everybody who is existing in that very US know that we have a situation in the country called Nigeria. This is the time for action. It is not time to stop. Don't just stop. Don't just pray and sit back. Pray and act. Every strategy that's been put in place now is with action. The prayer of the Christians for 1 week is with action, which is the sit at home. It is going to do a lot of magic. Do not sit back. Do not say you are not one. Do not say you're going to be part of it. You must be part of it. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter where you are. Join the sit at home. That is the way to make a change, and the change must come. The change must come. This is the time for us to take our freedom by force. The kingdom of God suffered violence, and only the violent take it by force. This is the time for you to take your freedom by force. If you decide not to take it, it's left for you. But those who are willing will go ahead and take their freedom, and freedom will come very, very soon. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done a great work. I will continue to remember him wherever he is very, very soon. He is still working, and he's going to join us very soon. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike Abiama strengthen our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike Abiama give him more good health, give him strength, send his angel to guide and protect him. Let Chukwu Okike Abiama protect him and bring him back to us as soon as possible. We know that he's coming out sooner than people expect. He is coming out, and we're going to march into Biafra land, celebrating, raising the flag of Biafra high, and we will be happy once again in a land filled with meat and honey. Thank you so much for watching, and remain blessed. Bye bye. See you again on the next video.